to AN Bio Corner. I am your teacher Anjana, and today we are going to discuss vegetative propagation, and this topic is common for both +1 and +2. So let's begin. First of all, we have to know what is vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation, it is the formation of new plants from somatic parts, and somatic parts are leaves, stem and roots. Now, natural methods of vegetative propagation. In nature, vegetative propagation occurs and somatic parts like leaves, stem, they detach from parent. After detachment, they will form new plants. So these detachable parts, they are known as vegetative propagules. And these propagules are of stem, leaves and roots. Next, we will discuss one by one. The first is roots. In case of roots, roots develop adventitious buds, and these buds they take part in vegetative propagation and form the new plants. Next, underground stems. Underground stems, they are of many types, and we are going to discuss 5 types of underground stems. They are the stems which are present within the soil. First is stem tubers. You all have seen the stem tubers of potato. So this is the example of stem tuber. Potato is the example of tubers. In tubers, buds are present over the nodes. So these nodes are eyes, and buds are present on these nodes. And these buds, when sown or placed in the soil, they will form new plants. So this is the stem tuber. Second, bulbs. Bulbs are underground condensed shoot which are having fleshy leaves and buds. So we are knowing the example of bud, onion and garlic. These are the 2 examples of bulbs, and these bulbs they also form new plants. Third one is cones. Cones are swollen underground stem with circular nodes. These circular nodes they contain scales and bud, and their bud they will form new plant. And example is Amorphophallus. Amorphophallus is the scientific name of gymnocud. Next, rhizome. So rhizome is perennial underground fleshy stem having buds. So these buds they will also form the new plant, and they also do second function of storage of food. They are also storing the food and they help them in pollination. And what is pollination? Pollination is the survival of plants under unfavorable condition. So rhizome help in formation of new plants as well as pollination. Example is turmeric, and second example is ginger. So ginger also have nodes. Fifth one is suckers. So suckers are the stem branches which are arising from underground base of aerial shoots. When they come out, they will form new plant, and its example is. Next, second type of the stems are subaerial or creeping stems which are present on the surface of the soil, or they are creeping on the soil. So there are also 3 types. First is runners. Runners are special, narrow, green and horizontal branches which arises from aerial shoots. And these aerial shoots, they give roots. When roots are given, they will form new shoot. And example is lawn grass. Second one, stolons. Stolons are arched branches which grow from the base of aerial shoots, and they give shoot at tip. New shoots are formed at tip, and example is jasmine. Third one, offset. Offset, they are 1 internode long prostate branches. This is offset. Offset is 1 internode long. This is 1 internode and this is long prostate branch. It will give rise to new plant. And example are 2 aquatic plant. One is Pistia, another one is Eichhornia. Next, aerial shoots. Aerial shoots, they will also help in vegetative propagation. And best example is shown by phylloclades of Opuntia. Phylloclades of Opuntia. Next, leaves. We have seen the vegetative propagation in leaves in lower classes too. We have discussed the bryophyllum. This is the leaf of a bryophyllum. It contains bud over its margin. And these bud, when fall on the soil, they will form new plants. And this is vegetative propagation by the means of leaves. Now, these are the natural method. Now, next are the artificial or horticultural methods. So, horticultural method, they are also from the use of special organs. We are also using special organs in horticultural methods. Artificial method. Artificial methods are those methods, or these are known as horticultural methods, in which man is artificially doing the propagation. And first, by use of special organ. First, by use of special organs. All these organs we have studied, like stem tuber. We are cutting the eyes on the stem tubers, and they can be formed new plants. Second, bulbs. Bulbs of onion and garlic. Bulblet of garlic. They both give rise to new plants on cutting. Corms, their circular nodes, they are also being cut and they will also form new plants. Rhizomes. Rhizomes also cut from their nodes, they will also form new plants. Then stolons. Stolons, they are cut and they are propagating the strawberry. So these are the use of special organs in horticultural techniques. Now second one is cutting. Now second is cutting. Cuttings also help in vegetative propagation. And cutting of root, stem and leaves help in propagation. So we will discuss one by one. And best season for cutting is early spring and rainy season. During these seasons, cuttings can be done in early spring and in rainy season. So we will discuss one by one. First are leaves cutting. Leaf cuttings are being performed in snake plant. Snake plant. In snake plant, leaves are cut transversely and planted vertically. Planted vertically and they will grow into new plant. Second, root cuttings. In case of a root cutting of 20 to 30 centimeter are taken and they will grow to form new plant. Example is lemon. Third one, stem cutting. This is most common type of cutting in which 20 to 30 centimeter pieces of 1-year-old stems are taken. 1-year-old stems are taken. but they must have intact bud. Intact buds. Root inducing hormones are given. Root inducing hormones are given. They will develop roots and form new plant and help in vegetative propagation. So these are the cutting of leaves, cutting of roots and cutting of stem. Now next artificial method is layering. So in layering we are taking 1-year-old plant. We are taking the layering. Next is layering. In layering, 1-year-old plant is taken. 1-year-old plant is taken. In such plant, first it is defoliated. Its shoot is defoliated. Defoliated means removal of leaves. After defoliation, an injury is made or it is injured, and this injured part, it is buried and packed down in the soil. Packed down in the soil. After some time, it will develop roots. And leaf bearing portion, part above the ground. Above the ground. So it will help in the formation of a new plant. Like we will discuss one of its example. This is a shoot. It is defoliated in the middle. Means we have removed the leaf from this middle portion. Now an injury is made here. Here an injury is made. After making injury, it is buried in the soil. It is buried in the soil. And leaf bearing portion, it is above the ground. After some time, it will develop roots. Now it is cut from this part and it will form a new plant. So this is layering. Types. Simple layering. In case of a simple layering, a single shoot is used. Single shoot used, defoliated, and buried in soil. It will form new plant. So this is simple layering. Second is serpentine layering. Serpentine layering. In case of a serpentine layering, a long shoot is taken. Long shoot is taken. It is injured at many places. Injury at many places. Many places. And all these places, they are buried in soil. like this, and every shoot develop roots and they are cut and then they will form new shoots. So a large number of plants they are produced in serpentine layering. Third type is mound layering. In mound layering, a plant is pruned. After pruning, it develops many shoots. And these shoots, they are covered in the mound of soil. They are covered in the mound of soil. After some time, these shoots develops roots. All these shoots develops roots. And these can be separated to form many plants. Example is cherry. Fourth type is trench layering. In trench layering, a trench is dug along the plant and it is horizontal. Now branch of a plant is buried in this trench. A branch is horizontally buried in this trench. After some time, it will produce many shoots vertically and many plants are formed. Next is air layering or butti. Butti or air layering. In butti, a aerial shoot is selected. This is aerial shoot and it is selected. A ring of bark is removed from it. A ring of bark is removed from it and it is covered with grafted clay. Grafted clay. After that, it is covered by polythene. And in grafting clay, it contains one part of hay, one part of cow dung and 2 part clay. 1 part hay, 1 part cow dung and 2 part clay. So, indole butyric acid IBA, it is also given to induce the root formation. After some time, root formation will take place. And this is cut from here and form a new plant. So this is air layering. Next is grafting. That is also very important horticultural technique. Grafting. In grafting, we are forming a composite plant. Composite plant means this plant is formed by 2 plants. Joining of 2 plants. From one plant, we are taking the shoot system. From other plant, we are taking the root system. Shoot system of superior variety having high yield. Shoot system of a superior variety which have high yield is taken, and root system of a wild variety which is strong, it is taken. Now these two systems are joined and they will form a composite plant, and phenomena is known as grafting. And plant whose shoot system is taken is known as scion, and plant whose root system is taken, that is known as a stalk. So we can do grafting with the help of a scion and a stalk. Next is bud grafting. In case of bud grafting, scion is a bud, or a bud will behave as a scion. Bud will behave as a scion, and it is inserted in a tree with the help of a T-shaped cut. A T-shaped cut is given to the stalk, and this bud is inserted here. It is bandaged, and after some time it will sprout. So bud grafting is successful. Last one is micropropagation. Micropropagation or tissue culture technique. Tissue culture. In this method, a culture is artificially formed and a large number of plants are grown in that culture, and this culture is pathogen or germ free. This is germ free, and it is a rapid method of multiplication. Rapid method of multiplication. So this is all about vegetative propagation. Now there are some advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation. Most important advantage of vegetative propagation is that we can derive same plants. They don't have any variations. They can be rapidly multiplied. And its demerits are, it does not induce any variations, and parents are always